Stop trying to help God. You think you're speeding up the blessing, but you're really just complicating your future. Have you ever been so tired of waiting that you tried to manufacture the promise yourself? So desperate for a breakthrough that you forced a door open because God felt too slow? Sarah did, and what she forced into existence came back to haunt her. This is part 2 of our trilogy. In part 1, we followed Hagar, the woman pushed into the wilderness and still seen by God. Now we're stepping into Sarah's side, the waiting, the pressure, and the moment desperation took control. If you haven't watched Hagar's episode yet, go watch that first, then come back. And subscribe to Hardcore Radiance so you don't miss part 3, Abraham's story next. Her name was Sarah, and God promised her what sounded impossible. You will become a mother of nations. At first, she believed. Then the years kept coming. No baby, no sign, no movement. Her body aged, her womb stayed silent, and every passing season felt like proof the promise had missed her. So she started thinking what we all think when the wait hurts. Maybe God forgot, or maybe I need to help him. Sarah had a servant, Hagar, young, fertile, able to do what Sarah couldn't. So Sarah told Abraham, "Go to her, have a child through her." Listen, this is the pivot. Not God will build, but maybe I can build. That's what desperation does. It turns control into a plan and calls it faith. And Abraham didn't fight it. He went along with it. Hagar conceived. For a moment, it looked like Sarah solved the problem. Then the house changed. Hagar started looking at Sarah differently, not as the one in power, but as the one who was empty. And Sarah snapped. Jealousy, humiliation, rage. She turned to Abraham and said, "This is your fault." But it wasn't. It was the consequence of a promise Sarah tried to control. And then she mistreated Hagar, the woman she put in this position, and pushed her out into the wilderness. And then, years later, God did what he said. Sarah conceived Isaac at 90 years old. The promise arrived, in God's timing, not hers. But the household was already fractured. 2 sons, 2 stories, 1 home. Tension that didn't have to exist, except someone tried to rush what was holy. Here's what Sarah learned the hard way. Your desperation can't rush God's promise. When you force what's supposed to be given, you don't speed up the blessing. You complicate the future. God didn't need Sarah's plan. He wanted Sarah's trust. Because the wait wasn't a denial, it was preparation. And maybe that's you. Waiting on love, waiting on healing, waiting on the door to open, and the silence is making you restless. So you're tempted to settle, to control, to force a version of the promise, just so you can stop feeling empty. But hear this, the thing you force into existence might become the thing that torments you. Don't build an Ishmael while you're still waiting on Isaac. If you're in a waiting season, don't rush what's sacred. Trust God's timing, especially when it feels late. Now go watch part 1, Hagar's story, so you can see the cost and the mercy from the other side. And subscribe to Hardcore Radiance for part 3, Abraham's story, because this trilogy isn't finished yet.